Hello, young explorers. Welcome to Hamster NBC, the place where curious kids discover amazing things about our world. Here we ask big questions and find simple answers together. Every episode is a new adventure full of fun facts and surprises. So get comfortable, open your mind, and get ready to learn something new. And so, let's begin. Why do adults often feel sad, even when they have everything? This question looks simple, but it has many important ideas inside. A child may think that if a person has a house, a job, money, and a family, they must always be happy. But life is a little more complicated. Imagine you have a favorite toy. You wanted it for a long time, and when you get it, you feel very happy. But after some time, the happiness becomes smaller. The toy is still with you, but it does not make you so excited. The same thing happens with adults. They may have everything, but they get used to it. Another reason is problems and duties. Children also have problems, but adults usually have more. They think about work, money, health, and family. For example, a father may smile, but in his head he thinks, "How can I pay the bills? Or are my children okay?" Because of this, he may feel heavy inside. Sometimes adults feel sad because they are tired. Imagine you study, play, and run all day without rest. In the evening, you feel tired and may become upset. Adults feel the same, but their day can last for many years without long holidays. Adults can also feel sad because of memories. They have a past, good and bad. They may miss the time when they were younger, when life was easier. For example, a mother may remember her school days or an old friend and feel a little sad. Sometimes the reason is that not everything is about things. A person can have a house, a car, and money, but still not feel warm and happy inside. It is like having a beautiful cake with no taste. It looks good, but inside it is empty. Adults also worry about other people. They think about their family, their children, and the future. Even if everything is good now, they may worry what will happen later. These thoughts can bring sadness too. Sometimes people do not do what they love. For example, they work at a job they do not like. Many people have dreams in childhood, but not all dreams come true. These dreams can make a person feel a little sad. Sometimes adults do not know how to talk about their feelings. They hide their sadness and say that everything is okay. But inside, the feelings are still there. It is like carrying a heavy bag and not telling anyone. It is important to understand that sadness is not always bad. It is a normal feeling for all people, children and adults. Sometimes sadness helps people think about life and understand what is important. But adults also feel joy. They are happy because of their children, their successes, and small moments. A cup of tea, good weather, or a smile. They just do not show it as much as children. If you see that an adult is sad, it does not mean they are unhappy. Maybe they just need some rest, support, or kind words. Sometimes a simple "How are you?" can make the day better. So, adults may have everything, but happiness is not only about things. It is about feelings, people, dreams, and what is inside. And sadness is a part of life that helps us feel happiness stronger. And now the day is slowly drawing to a close. The noise grows quieter. Thoughts slow down. And it's time for storytelling. But before we begin, let's do one small but important thing. If you enjoy learning new things, if you enjoy listening to stories before bed, and if you want to come back again, subscribe to the Hamster NBC channel and like this video. This way, you'll help us create even more kind stories and clear explanations for children all over the world. Now, get comfortable. History is waiting for you. Once upon a time, there lived a princess. Her name was Lotlis. She had blonde, curly hair and blue eyes, just like all princesses. She also had a whole toy room. It was filled with everything. Wonderful little furniture, toy stoves with real little saucepans and coffee pots. There were all sorts of toy animals, soft two cats, shaggy toy dogs, building blocks, paint boxers, and coloring books. There was a real toy store with raisins, almonds, sugar, and candy in boxers, and lots of dolls. But the princess didn't want to play with dolls. She didn't want to. And that's that. Her mother, the queen, was always upset when she saw Lotlys sitting sadly in her beautiful room, brooding over something. "Lotlys, why don't you want to play with your dolls?" "It's so boring," replied Lotlys. "Perhaps I should buy you a new doll?" the queen asked. No, replied Lotlys. "I don't like dolls at all." Then the queen began to think Lotlys was ill, and sent for the princess's own doctor, who immediately appeared. He gave her a new medicine. Now she cheer up, be more cheerful, and start playing with her dolls, the doctor decided, but it was not to be. Lotlys, however, tried to reassure her mother, the queen. She picked up a doll in a blue dress and put on a red one instead. But then, barely having time to change the doll's clothes and look at her, she said, "You're just as nasty as ever." And, throwing the doll into a corner, she burst into tears. The princess lived in an extraordinarily beautiful castle. Lot Fox had no brothers or sisters, and she knew no other children. The queen believed it was inappropriate for a princess to play with children who weren't born princesses or princes. The castle stood in the middle of a large garden, surrounded by a high stone wall. But one day, something amazing happened. Approaching a tiny barred gate, the princess saw a small figure standing behind it. It was simply a little girl, wearing a simple, checkered cotton dress. The girl's name was Maya. In a kingdom where every corner gleamed with gold, Princess Lotlys lived a life of quiet, luxury, and deep, silent loneliness. Her pink dresses were always crisp, and her handkerchiefs were made of the finest silk, yet she often stared wistfully at the world outside. One afternoon, while wandering near the garden gate, she noticed a pair of bright eyes peeking through the iron bars. It was Maya, a village girl who seemed exactly her size. For the first time, Lotlys didn't feel so alone. Maya gestured with her hands, telling stories of her tiny brother and the simple joys of her home in the village. Maya held up a humble wooden doll named Tyene. It was just a block of wood with rags, but Maya loved it dearly. Enchanted by Maya's spirit, Lotlys pushed open the heavy gate, inviting her new friend into the royal sanctuary. They ran toward the thickest lilac bushes, where the purple flowers hung low, creating a secret, fragrant hideaway. Inside their secret world, Maya decided they would play house. She would be the mother, and Lot would be the maid. Maya handed Lot a branch. "Now, sweep the floor," she commanded. The princess began to sweep with a joyful heart. Through the power of imagination, the garden transformed. Ordinary sand became sweet sugar for their afternoon tea. Lilac leaves were turned into spinach, and a simple wooden plank was served as the finest roasted veal. They found a patch of wild raspberries and began to squeeze them through Lot's expensive handkerchief to make juice. The juice dripped onto Lot's pink dress, but she didn't care. Her cheeks were flushed, and her eyes sparkled with pure joy. Back at the castle, panic began to spread. The guards in the court realized the princess had vanished from sight. The queen herself led the search, her regal crown catching the light as she looked behind every tree and fountain. She finally reached the thick lilac bushes and parted the branches, revealing the messy, happy scene within. Lot looked up and cried out, "Oh, Mama, please don't disturb us. We are busy playing with Tyene." The queen looked at the sandsugar and leaves. She saw the stained dress and the village girl's simple doll. Understanding dawned on the queen. She realized that no royal toy could ever match the magic of a true friend. She invited Maya to come and play every single day, causing both girls to leap with excitement and cheer. Lotlys looked at the queen and said, "Mama, I want a doll just like Tyene, one made of wood and rags. I have never seen such a doll in the expensive shops," the queen admitted, "but perhaps we can learn to make one." Maya smiled and invited Lot to see her own collection, suggesting they could trade dolls and stories forever. And so, the princess and the village girl showed the kingdom that the heart of a child knows no boundaries.